Hi there. This is a demo of how to use ALFI, Application Level Failure Injection from Gremlin, with Amazon RDS. Specifically, we'll be using the MySQL database. You can see here on the right-hand side, we've got an e-commerce backend database. Has a few different tables in there. For example, categories, products, wish list, users. What I'm going to do is run this code right here, which is actually running a query against our database to pull all of the category information. Alrighty, you can see there, we can see we've got a lot of different items. So for example, biscuits, tasty biscuits, automobiles, find all vehicles. So we're easily able to just pull back that info with our code. So now what we want to do is look at how can we actually inject failure and make it that we can't reach out to Amazon RDS using ALFI. So this will enable us to reproduce an incident where that's, for example, unavailable, just using ALFI and creating the code to do this. Alrighty, so you can see here, I've added it up here, Gremlin coordinates provider. We've also got application coordinates, Gremlin service factory, Gremlin service, and then also traffic coordinates. So mostly we need to have coordinates for the application and then also coordinates for the traffic. So what type of failure do we want to inject? Alrighty. Okay. So we just need to import com.gremlin .asterisk, and then we've got our code here. So if I run that now, when we don't have an attack actually running, you'll see here the results. It'll say that we were able to find our configuration details. We'll just scroll up here to show you that. So the config, we're storing that in environment variables. Here you can see this is our run debug configuration for our application. So let's check out our environment variables. This is where we've got all the information that we need to be able to use ALFI. Alrighty, so you can see here we've got our environment variables. So we need our Gremlin ALFI identifier, our Gremlin team ID, our Gremlin team certificate, our Gremlin team private key, and then we need to also set Gremlin ALFI enabled to true. We've got the certificate files stored locally, and we grab those off app.gremlin.com, as well as the team ID. Now let's go back to our application. Alrighty. So now here, what we need to do is we've got hello AWS example as our name. We're choosing custom application type. We're also choosing custom traffic type, and we're setting that as main for the name, 100% impact, and then the key needs to be name and then database to match our code, because that was what the traffic coordinates were, and the application coordinates is hello AWS example. Alrighty. So now what we want to do is add some latency. So let's add quite a lot of latency there, and we will run that for a period of time. Let's click unleash. So you can now see that our attack is set to pending. So it's getting ready to run. Go back and see if it's running yet. Click run. Okay, so you can see here it is running, and it says Gremlin is injecting the impact. So right now you can see that we haven't actually progressed any further in our code. We haven't pulled anything from the database because we're injecting that failure there that we can now not call the database. We're unable to reach the database and continue running our code. So that enables us to be able to test Amazon RDS not being reachable by our code. Awesome. Now what we can do is go back to Gremlin and click halt attack, So this will actually stop the attack from running. Okay, so now it says that it's halted. And what we want to do is switch over back to ALFI. Let's click run. And we should be able to get everything from the database once again, from categories. Yep, here we go. Biscuits, tasty biscuits. So now we're able to connect with Amazon RDS. We're able to pull back that data from the database, and everything is working as expected once again. You can see this is super configurable. You can actually add these traffic coordinates anywhere within your code base to be able to inject failure at different points. You can also throw exceptions, so not just inject latency. Hope that was helpful. Thank you so much. Please let us know if you have any questions.